Chosen one, the time has come. It's unbelievable, isn't it? You, of all people. Let me tell you something that will surprise and possibly even shock you. If you are watching this video right now, I want you to understand that this moment is no accident. You have been guided here for a reason. God has led you to this very point because something monumental is taking place in your life. You are no longer just wanting, you are now having. Yes, you heard me correctly. The things you've been praying for, hoping for, and patiently waiting on are no longer distant dreams on the horizon. They are actively moving into your life as we speak. This is not just a shift in your mindset. This is a spiritual and energetic transformation. You are stepping into a reality where your desires are no longer wishes. They are becoming your truth. As a chosen one, you will soon witness the extraordinary unfold before your eyes, as things begin to align in ways that will leave you speechless. But here's the catch. You must understand how this shift works. You need to align with this powerful energy so you can fully embrace the manifestation of everything you've dreamed of. This moment marks the beginning of a new chapter. But before we dive deeper into this life-changing message, take a moment to pause the video. I want you to do 3 things. Hit the like button, subscribe to help us reach 10,000 subscribers, and leave a comment with the number 11. This number will send a powerful signal to the universe, amplifying the energy of this message. And remember, if you are truly a chosen one, you will stay with me until the end. Deep down, your spirit already knows that this message is for you. If you're not ready to receive this truth, you might not make it to the end. But for those who do, trust me, your life will never be the same again. Now let's dive in. They whispered behind your back. They believed they had you figured out, assuming they knew the story of your life, the one they had written for you. They laughed and said, "They won't make it. They're not strong enough. They'll fall." They observed, waiting eagerly for the moment of your collapse, anticipating every crack in your armor. But what they failed to understand was this: you were not built to break. You were built to endure things far greater than they could ever imagine. Every challenge that they thought would shatter you only made you stronger. It wasn't just your perseverance that took them by surprise. It was the quiet, unwavering resolve with which you faced every setback. They expected you to fall, but instead you stood tall. Step by step, you moved forward with a focus so steady it left them stunned. Where they saw failure, you saw opportunity. Where they saw defeat, you found a chance to rise even higher. With each moment that they thought would drag you down, you only gained momentum. It was as if you were born to overcome the very things they believed would destroy you. While they waited for your fall, they were forced to watch as you defied their every expectation. Your resilience became a mirror reflecting their insecurities. They underestimated you, and in doing so, they gave you the fuel you needed to rise. Your very strength shattered their hope for your downfall, leaving them in shock as you ascended higher than they ever thought possible. The first time they misjudged you, they made a critical mistake. They saw your quiet nature and mistook it for weakness. They watched you, waiting for you to falter, to show a crack in your armor. But instead, you proved them wrong. It is in the moments when others expect us to crumble that we discover the depths of our strength. You didn't need to shout from the rooftops or demand recognition. You didn't have to engage in their noise. Instead, you did something far more powerful. You focused on your own path. Every step you took showed them just how wrong they were. Every quiet victory rang louder than any noise they made. You didn't need their validation. You needed only your belief in yourself. And that belief became the very thing that propelled you to heights they could never have imagined. They thought they knew you, but they could never see the fire that burned within you, the depth of your resolve, or the strength that you carried. Their underestimation became your greatest weapon. Their doubt laid the foundation for your success. You were never meant to fit into the mold they had cast for you. From the very beginning, you were destined to break free. The world loves to label and categorize people, to tell them who they should be and what they can achieve. But you were never going to be confined by their limitations. You were born to defy every expectation, to prove that you were capable of far more than they could ever imagine. Each time they told you what you couldn't do, you shattered those limitations. Every label they tried to place on you became a challenge, and you met each one with unwavering courage. Where they saw obstacles, you saw stepping stones. Where they saw barriers, you saw opportunities. You didn't just meet their expectations, you obliterated them. And with every broken barrier, you moved closer to becoming the person you were always meant to be. They were so sure of your limitations, so certain that you would never rise beyond them. But here's the thing about those destined for greatness. They don't play by the rules that others set. They create their own. And you were born to create your own path, to break free from the expectations that sought to hold you back. For so long, they tried to control you. They tried to dictate the direction of your life, to shape you into someone they thought you should be. But there came a point when you realized that you could no longer live under their control. It was time to break free. And you did. You understood that true freedom comes when you release the chains they had wrapped around you. Their expectations, their manipulation, their pressure. These things no longer held power over you. You found the strength to walk away from everything that had been keeping you confined. And once you did, there was no looking back. In that moment of release, you discovered a part of yourself you never knew existed. A part that could not be controlled, a part that was meant to soar. Breaking free wasn't easy, but it was necessary. You fought to reclaim your independence, your identity, and your future. And as you stepped away from their grasp, you began to realize just how powerful you truly were. More powerful than they ever let you believe. The odds were stacked against you from the beginning. You didn't have the resources, the support, or the belief of those around you. Everything was working against you, and yet you found a way to rise. It wasn't just about overcoming challenges. It was about defying the very belief that you should fail. The odds were never in your favor, but that never stopped you. You learned to use adversity as fuel, turning every setback into motivation. Each time they told you it was impossible, you made it possible. You didn't need the world's approval to succeed. You needed the courage to keep going, even when nothing seemed to work out. With that courage, you broke through barriers that others could only dream of. Rising against the odds wasn't just about proving them wrong. It was about proving to yourself that you were capable of so much more than you ever thought possible. With every challenge, you grew stronger. With every failure, you learned that the odds may have been against you, but they were never enough to stop you. Because you weren't just fighting to succeed, you were fighting to transform, to rise above everything that once held you down. What sets you apart is the power that lies within you. It's not the accolades or the praise from others that drive you. It's the strength inside of you, the quiet, unshakable resolve that no one can see but everyone feels. This inner strength is what propels you forward when the world says, stop. When everything seems impossible, and when failure looms large. You didn't need anyone to tell you that you were capable because deep down you always knew it. Chosen one, the world has underestimated you, but that's exactly what's fueling your rise. Get ready because your time is now. True power does not reside in what others can see on the surface. It flows from the depths of your heart, from your soul, and from the unshakable belief that you are capable of overcoming anything that life throws your way. This inner strength is what has carried you through moments when others would have crumbled. It's what allowed you to rise again and again, even after every fall. And it is this very power that will continue to propel you forward, unrelenting and unstoppable. The beauty of this power is that it doesn't wane with time. In fact, the more you tap into it, the stronger it becomes. It serves as the foundation for everything you have achieved and everything you are destined to achieve. It's a wellspring that never runs dry, and with each challenge you face, this force within you grows. Your inner strength is your greatest ally, a constant companion that no one can ever strip away from you. From the very beginning, others set their expectations for you, determined what you could do, where you could go, and how far you would reach. But you were never concerned with their limited visions. You had your own path, your own purpose, and with every step you took, you shattered their illusions, surpassing everything they thought was possible for you. It was never about proving them wrong. It was about proving to yourself that you were capable of achieving more than they could ever fathom. Every time they told you to stop, you pushed forward with even greater resolve. Every time they doubted your strength, you rose up and proved them wrong. And with every victory, you built something far greater than just personal success. You began building a legacy, one that would echo through the ages, inspiring generations to come. You were never meant to fit into the narrow confines they created for you. You were not made to live according to the restrictions they imposed. No, you were born to break free from these chains, to redefine what was possible, and to prove that the only real limits are the ones we allow to bind us. And now, as you stand at the peak of your journey, you have far surpassed what anyone ever thought you could accomplish. Your journey is a powerful testament to the incredible force of refusing to be defined by others. Your ability to handle adversity is nothing short of extraordinary. It's not just that you overcome challenges. It's that your resilience in the face of adversity is unparalleled. While others buckle under pressure, you rise. While they crumble, you find strength in the very chaos that tries to tear them apart. This resilience of yours shakes the very foundation of those who once thought they could bring you down. Every challenge you face head-on becomes a reminder that where others see defeat, you see opportunity. Where they see struggle, you see growth. This resilience doesn't just impact you. It becomes a force that no one can ignore. And as they watch, they realize they are witnessing something far greater than they ever expected. What they fail to understand is that your resilience isn't just about survival. It's about transformation. You don't just endure, you thrive. With every obstacle you overcome, you evolve into a symbol of strength and hope for others, showing them that no matter how tough life gets, there is always the potential to rise again. Behind every rise is a force, a power so deep and profound that it cannot be seen, but it is felt with every step you take. It's the energy that propels you forward when all seems lost, the quiet strength that keeps you moving when everyone else is ready to give up. This is not a power that can be measured or quantified by human standards. It's a divine energy that transcends the material world. It's the belief in your purpose, the unwavering conviction that you are meant for something greater. This power is yours alone, and it is what has carried you through the darkest moments of your life. When the world turned its back on you, this force was your guiding light, illuminating the path forward, showing you that, no matter how difficult the journey, you were never truly alone. This unseen power, the source of your ascent, will continue to propel you to heights unimaginable by those around you. As you soar higher and higher, those who once doubted you are left in awe, trying to understand how you managed to rise above all that was meant to break you. They couldn't comprehend the strength, the determination, and the resilience that you possess. Every time they thought they had you cornered, you broke free and ascended further. They simply couldn't grasp the power that fueled your rise, and so they watched helplessly as you reached new heights, heights they never thought possible. They thought they could control your destiny, but instead, they became mere spectators in the unfolding of your greatness. With each attempt to pull you down, you grew stronger, and each barrier they placed in your way only served to fuel your ascent. You didn't merely rise. You soared, leaving them behind as you reached heights they could never have dreamed of. And now, as you stand at the pinnacle, you've proven to the world that you were never meant to remain in anyone's shadow. You were meant to shine, to break free, and to redefine what is possible. Every person who thought they could hold you back has only witnessed your unstoppable rise. The hate they directed at you, the jealousy they felt, the contempt they harbored, they didn't realize that all of it would only make you stronger. Every bitter word, every attempt to tear you down, only fueled your journey in ways they could never understand. They tried to crush your spirit with negativity, but instead, they forged you into a warrior. Every insult became the fire that powered your rise, the energy that pushed you forward when you felt like giving up. They thought they could break you, but all they did was create the very thing that would surpass them. You didn't allow their hate to take root within you. Instead, you used it as the very fuel that powered your journey, turning their disdain into strength, their negativity into motivation. Where they saw weakness, you found the will to continue, and with every obstacle they threw in your path, you grew more determined to succeed. Their hatred only sharpened your resolve, transforming you into someone who no longer feared the struggle but embraced it. In the end, they didn't diminish your spirit, they only made you stronger. Your rise is not just a victory over the world around you. It is a victory over everything that once held you back. You have become a living testament to the unyielding power of resilience, and no force, no person, No circumstance, no obstacle, can ever stop you from reaching the greatness that is your birthright. The world will never fully understand the force that drives you, but they will always feel its power. And that is what will carry you beyond every limitation and into the vast, unlimited future that awaits. The hate that was thrown your way was never a true reflection of your worth or potential. It was merely a mirror of their own insecurities and deep-seated fears. While they tried to break you with their bitterness, you took their negativity and transformed it into the fuel that would propel you toward your dreams. Their venom, their malicious words, none of it was your weakness. Instead, it was the very strength you needed to rise higher than ever before. What they failed to understand is that your power is not diminished by their hate. It is only magnified. This is the true essence of your journey. Taking what was meant to harm you and using it as the force that pushes you forward. You turned their poison into purpose, and in doing so, you became stronger than they could ever imagine. Your life is not merely an accident of circumstance. It is driven by a divine purpose, a calling that goes beyond what the world can offer. This purpose is something far greater than any earthly ambition or fleeting desire. It is a force that resides deep within your soul, transcending everything you've ever known. It is this purpose that has carried you through the darkest moments of doubt, the moments when the road ahead seemed unclear, and the moments when everyone else around you questioned your strength. Your purpose is the anchor that keeps you grounded, even when the storms of life seem relentless. It is what propels you forward when the path is uncertain, what encourages you to take that next step, even when the future feels shrouded in fog. Your purpose is not just a personal goal or fleeting dream. It is your reason for existing, an intrinsic knowledge that you were born for something far beyond the ordinary. From the very moment you came into this world, this purpose began to take shape within you. It has been guiding you all along, preparing you for something extraordinary that you may not have fully understood at the time. But now, with every step you take, the pieces begin to fall into place. Every challenge you've faced, every triumph you've achieved, has been part of the intricate design leading you closer to this very moment. You have always been a part of a greater plan, woven into the very fabric of existence itself. This divine purpose is not something that can ever be extinguished. It is eternal, and as long as you remain aligned with it, there is nothing, absolutely nothing, that can prevent you from achieving greatness. The world may have tried to shape your destiny, tried to confine you to a box of expectations and limitations, but none of that could ever extinguish the divine light within you. You were never meant for mediocrity. From the first breath you took, a greater destiny was awaiting you. You were born to rise, to inspire, and to leave an indelible mark on the world. Now, as you stand at the pinnacle of your accomplishments, it becomes clear. Your journey was never meant to be small, nor insignificant. It was always about something much greater than yourself. The world may not have understood your vision at first. They may have questioned your worth, doubted your potential, and tried to hold you back at every turn. But none of that mattered. You were destined for something far beyond their comprehension. The magnitude of your purpose is now undeniable. You were chosen not by the world, but by something far greater than anything the eye can see. Your destiny is deeply intertwined with the very fabric of the universe itself, and no one, not a single soul, can take it away from you. What is unfolding now is just the beginning. The impact of your journey will not be confined to your own life. It will ripple out and touch generations to come. Your story will inspire others to challenge the odds, to rise above adversity, and to reach for the greatness they were always capable of. Your journey has only just begun, and as you continue to ascend, there is no limit to the heights you can reach. The world may not have been ready for you before, but now, as you embrace the fullness of your power, it's time for the world to bear witness to the greatness you were born to achieve. Every person's journey has a turning point, a moment when they realize that they are capable of far more than they ever imagined. For you, that moment was nothing short of transformative. It was as though a veil had been lifted from your eyes, allowing you to finally see the vastness of your potential. In that instant, you realized you were never just another face in the crowd. You were a force to be reckoned with. The world had underestimated you, but you knew that your strength was limitless. That moment marked the beginning of a new chapter in your life, a chapter where you embraced the immense power within you and began to wield it with unwavering confidence. Everything changed in that moment. The doubts that once clouded your mind faded away, replaced by a confidence so unshakable that nothing could deter you. You knew, deep within your being, that you had been preparing for this moment your entire life. Every setback, every challenge had been shaping you, preparing you for this exact time. No longer were you just trying to survive, you were thriving. The power that had always resided within you began to surge forward, and in that surge you felt unstoppable. This newfound power was not just physical strength. It was mental, emotional, and spiritual. It was a deep knowing that you were not bound by the limitations others had tried to place upon you. Your resilience was no longer just a reaction to adversity. It became a part of your very essence. You had been born to overcome, to rise, and to inspire others along the way. The moment you realized your true power was the moment your life began to shift, propelling you into the person you had always been destined to become. As you moved forward, you understood that this power could not be taken from you. It was not something that could be dimmed or extinguished by external forces. No matter what others said or did, you knew that you would continue to rise, because the source of your strength came from within. This was only the beginning, and with each passing day, you felt yourself becoming stronger, more resilient, and more unstoppable. The moment you recognized your true power marked the start of an unyielding ascent, one that would serve as an inspiration to everyone who witnessed it. Your spirit, the core of who you are, is your greatest asset. It has carried you through every trial, every challenge, every obstacle. While others may falter in the face of adversity, your spirit remains unbroken. It is an unshakable force, a quiet but undeniable strength that no one can see, but everyone can feel. Your spirit is what drives your determination. It is what pushes you to rise above every obstacle, and it is what will continue to propel you to greatness. This strength comes from within, a force that cannot be broken, even in the fiercest of storms. You have faced incredible hardships, yet your spirit remains unscathed. It is a testament to your inner fortitude, the fire that burns inside you, stronger than any challenge you have faced. As you continue to rise, you will draw even more power from your spirit. With every challenge you encounter, your spirit grows stronger. It is the foundation of your success and the key to your ultimate greatness. Nothing will ever diminish its strength. Your spirit is unstoppable, and it will continue to propel you forward, guiding you toward a future filled with limitless possibilities. Every great journey has a turning point, and for you, that moment has come. This is just the beginning. It was nothing short of a complete transformation. You went from doubting yourself and your abilities to embracing the full extent of your potential. What was once a life filled with uncertainty and confusion gradually became one where purpose, clarity, and power took center stage. The turning point came, and in that moment, everything began to fall into place. It wasn't a moment of ease or comfort, but a moment of realization. There was no turning back now. You knew, without a shadow of a doubt, that you were meant for something far greater than you had ever imagined, and there was no room left for denial. That was the moment when you decided to break free from the chains of doubt and the expectations of others. In truth, it wasn't an easy moment. Fear lingered, doubts resurfaced, and struggles threatened to halt your progress. But you chose courage over fear. You made the choice not to let the doubts and limitations of others dictate your worth. That decision, that unwavering resolve, was your turning point. It wasn't just a shift in your mindset, it was a revelation. You began to see the world differently. What once seemed like insurmountable obstacles were now viewed as opportunities for growth. Every challenge that life presented to you became a chance to refine yourself, to rise higher, and to prove that nothing was beyond your reach. From that pivotal moment, your ascent began. You realized that the heights you had once thought were unattainable were not only within your grasp, but they were part of your destined path. The realization was profound. Looking back now, you can see just how transformative that moment was. It wasn't just about thinking differently. It was about fundamentally changing how you viewed yourself and your place in the world. That was the moment everything began to shift. It was the catalyst for the path you are on today, the path that leads you to greatness. For years, others tried to define you. They imposed their limited perceptions upon you, dictated what you could and couldn't do, and based their judgments on their narrow ideas of who you were. They built a false narrative around you, one that kept you boxed in and confined. But with each step you took, you shattered those illusions. With every success, you proved them wrong. You broke free from their expectations, showing them that their assumptions had been nothing but reflections of their own fears and limitations, not your reality. You weren't what they thought you were. You were something far greater, something they could not even begin to comprehend. As you shattered those illusions, you not only liberated yourself, you liberated others. The people who once doubted their own abilities began to see that if you could rise above the constraints others had placed on you, then surely they could break free from their own self-imposed boundaries as well. Your rise became a beacon of hope, a symbol of liberation. You proved that we are not defined by the opinions of others, but by the strength that resides within us. You showed the world that the only limits that truly exist are the ones we place on ourselves. And as you continue to rise, you continue to break through the false narratives and the limiting beliefs that others hold. Every success you achieve becomes proof that it's possible to live beyond the confines of societal expectations and to create your own reality, one of limitless potential. At the very core of everything you've achieved is one undeniable truth: your belief in yourself. It is not a fleeting thought or a passing moment of self-assurance. It is the unshakable foundation that has carried you through every challenge, every hardship, every setback. Your belief has been the anchor that kept you grounded when everything around you seemed to be falling apart. It is the rock upon which you've built your success, and no matter what comes your way, it will never crumble. Your belief in yourself is not contingent on external validation. It's not about what others think of you or how they perceive your journey. It is rooted deep within you, the unshakable knowledge that you are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. This belief is your driving force, propelling you forward even when others doubted you, even when the odds seemed insurmountable. The beauty of this unbreakable foundation is that it doesn't rely on external circumstances. Whether you face success or failure, this belief remains unwavering. It doesn't falter in the face of difficulty. Instead, it grows stronger with each experience, becoming more resilient as you progress. This belief is a constant source of power, and with every step you take toward your ultimate destiny, it strengthens, fortifying your resolve and fueling your rise. Your belief is not just an internal compass. It is the very thing that will carry you through every obstacle that stands in your way. While the world may have seen you struggle, the truth is that you were never truly alone. Even in your moments of solitude, there was always an unseen force, an invisible support system that guided and uplifted you when you couldn't see it. Whether it was a divine presence, a community of people who believed in you, or your own inner strength, something beyond the surface was always there to propel you forward. This unseen support doesn't need recognition or acknowledgement. It is quietly steadfast, a guiding hand in your darkest hours, reminding you to keep going, to trust in the journey, and to believe in the process. The strength of this invisible force is its quiet power. It doesn't make noise or demand attention, but it operates in ways that transcend our understanding. It shows up when you need it most, when you feel like giving up, when the weight of the world seems too much to bear. In those moments, it whispers to you to take another step, to keep pushing forward. What makes this support so powerful is that it's always there, even when you don't see it. It's a constant, unwavering presence that enables you to rise higher than you ever believed possible. The more you grow, the more this invisible support becomes tangible, guiding you toward your highest potential. As you continue on this journey, you will face setbacks. Moments when everything seems to be falling apart, when the obstacles before you feel insurmountable. But you have learned the art of transforming these setbacks into stepping stones. What others might perceive as failures, you see as opportunities for growth. Each setback becomes a lesson, a way for you to refine your character, learn from your mistakes, and become stronger. You no longer just bounce back from adversity. You rise higher, armed with the wisdom and strength gained from your experiences. What sets you apart is your ability to see the bigger picture. While others might focus on the immediate pain or disappointment of a setback, you understand that it's simply part of the larger journey toward greatness. You know that setbacks are not the end of the road, but detours that guide you to the next step on your path. Each challenge, each obstacle, is just another opportunity to evolve, to grow, and to move one step closer to the greatness that awaits you. The road ahead may not always be easy, but with the foundation of belief in yourself, the unseen support guiding you, and the wisdom gained from overcoming every setback, there is no limit to the heights you will reach. Your growth is a powerful and continuous process. With each experience, your perspective evolves, allowing you to approach challenges with a newfound sense of confidence. You now understand that every obstacle you face is not just a hindrance, but a stepping stone bringing you closer to the person you are destined to become. This transformation does not happen overnight. It requires time, patience, and a deep willingness to accept the lessons that adversity brings. Yet, with every setback you overcome, you emerge stronger, more resilient, and more determined than before. You learn to adapt, innovate, and view difficulties not as barriers, but as opportunities to rise above and beyond what you once thought were your limits. This is the essence of turning setbacks into stepping stones. Each challenge, each failure, is simply another part of your ascent toward greatness. The more you face, the more you grow. You are no longer defined by your setbacks, but by your ability to transform them into triumphs. And as you continue your journey, this ability to turn adversity into opportunity will only grow stronger. You will face even greater challenges, but each one will teach you something new, refining your character and sharpening your resolve. With each lesson learned, your confidence and resilience expand, making you even more unstoppable. The path you are on is far from easy, but it is no longer something you fear. In fact, you've learned to embrace it. Where others see obstacles, you now see opportunities for growth and transformation. You have come to understand that the most difficult journeys often yield the greatest rewards. Each challenge you face is not a threat, but a chance to prove your strength, character, and unwavering determination. You no longer shy away from difficulties. You meet them head-on. What once intimidated you now excites you, because you know that these challenges will help shape you into the person you are meant to be. Challenges are no longer seen as tests designed to break you. Instead, you recognize them for what they truly are: tests designed to help you grow, evolve, and become stronger. With each new hurdle, you are better equipped, more powerful, and more prepared for the next phase of your journey. While this new perspective doesn't make the challenges any less daunting, it empowers you to face them with courage and optimism. There are still moments of doubt, times when the path ahead seems unclear, but instead of succumbing to fear, you've learned to trust in your ability to overcome. You know that you have the strength, the resolve, and the determination to rise above anything life throws your way. This shift in mindset is what allows you to face the unknown with courage, to thrive despite the difficulties that lie ahead. These challenges are no longer roadblocks, they are milestones. They are the tests that will ultimately shape you into the person you are destined to become. Embracing them with courage and determination will continue to push you to new heights, helping you uncover strengths within yourself that you never knew existed. With each challenge you face, you are not merely surviving. You are thriving. You are growing stronger, more capable, and more confident with every step you take. Your willpower has become the driving force behind your success. It is the energy that propels you forward when others would have given up. Willpower is not just about having the strength to push through difficult moments. It's about having the unshakable belief that no matter how tough things get, you will reach your goals. Your willpower is a relentless, unstoppable force that refuses to accept failure as an option. When you set your sights on something, there is nothing that can stand in your way. This strength of will comes from a deep, inner belief in yourself, your abilities, and your potential for success. It's the unyielding determination to keep moving forward even when the road is tough and the outcome is uncertain. Your willpower allows you to face obstacles with unwavering resolve, knowing that you have the strength to overcome them. It is this determination that has carried you through your darkest moments and continues to push you toward the light of success. Time and again, your willpower has been tested, and each time it has proven to be unshakable. In moments of doubt, when others might have faltered, your willpower has kept you going. Though the journey hasn't always been easy, you refused to let anything stop you. You knew that your dreams were worth the fight, and your willpower was the fuel that kept you moving forward. This is the power of an unstoppable will. It doesn't falter in the face of adversity. It strengthens because of it. As you continue on your journey, your willpower will remain your greatest asset. It will drive you to achieve even greater things, to overcome bigger obstacles, and to rise higher than you ever thought possible. Your willpower is the force that will carry you through every challenge, propelling you toward the life you were meant to live. There is no greater force than the unstoppable power of your will. For many, success is defined by external standards, wealth, status, and recognition. But for you, success has never been about fitting into a mold or meeting the expectations of others. You have redefined success on your own terms. For you, success is about growth, resilience, and the courage to pursue your purpose, regardless of how others perceive it. It's about the satisfaction that comes from living authentically, in alignment with your true self, not in pursuit of fleeting external validation. This new definition of success has set you free from the pressures that weigh so many others down. You no longer feel the need to compare yourself to anyone else or measure your worth by someone else's achievements. You have come to understand that success is not a destination. It is a journey. And it is a journey that is uniquely yours. Every step forward, no matter how small it may seem to others, is a victory in your eyes. You understand that success is about how far you've come, how much you've grown, and how much you've overcome. Redefining success also means letting go of societal expectations. You are no longer bound by the need to prove yourself to anyone. Your success is yours alone to define, and it is about living with purpose and creating a life that brings you fulfillment. This freedom has allowed you to live authentically, without the fear of judgment or comparison. It has empowered you to create the life you've always dreamed of. As you continue on your journey, this new definition of success will continue to guide you. It will help you stay true to yourself, even when the world around you tries to push you in different directions. You will continue to redefine success, one step at a time, living a life that is meaningful, purposeful, and deeply fulfilling. Your success will no longer be measured by the standards of others, but by the depth of your commitment to your own growth, journey, and purpose.